to you about the art of setting the table. And obviously for most people, there's kind of two things that they do in the holidays. They think about their tree and they think about their table. And for a lot of people, this might be one of the only times other than Thanksgiving that they're going to go the extra mile. What's amazing about this collection is it is definitely holiday, but it's using so many of the same elements that they're going to use in their everyday. And it's really about mixing together not only what we think of like velvet and the etched mercury glass, but the wood table, the natural, like this entire 12 Days of Christmas collection, which I want to bring your attention to because I do think it's one of the most interesting things that Pottery Barn has to offer this season, is that it's white. One of the things that I say in my book is you can never ever go wrong with white, because white plus a color is an equation that works across the board. And what white does is, in particular for a table like this, is it makes it chic. It gives it a little pop and makes it fresh. Then it's about layering. So this table does have quite a bit of height on it. It has a strong presence. I'm gonna say that is good for presentation, not always the best for conversation. So I would tell your people to keep that in mind, that you want to be able to see. It's great if we're standing, but if you and I are sitting, not so hot. Notice that there is a garland on the table. What the garland does is it anchors this table. It's so nice to always bring some nature inside. I am a huge user of magnolia branches. What's bad about fresh ones is they dry out like that. These are amazing. They're pre-lit. They're battery operated. You put them down the center of the table. And what they do again is they give a very kind of elegant, not too fancy note to the table, and always mixing something green and natural is going to ground the table. Now when we get to the place settings, I'm holding these like napkin rings. I don't know if you've ever been to a party. I always use napkin rings and I love them because I end up playing with them, and oftentimes they end up becoming conversation pieces to the table. Notice that this table, one thing that's missing, which I love, and it's what I do in my home, I don't do a tablecloth anymore. It's too much of a pain to clean, really it is. What I do instead is use a charger, because a charger anchors the table. It acts as a placemat, but it's a ton easier to clean and take care of. It also elevates your table, adding some height to the presentation, and also lets your guests know that there's something coming ahead. You see the courses. So here you notice that the jewel tones, there is a plain, simple white plate. Why? Because food looks good on white. So by the time, I always use white dinner plates because I think it makes everything look good. But all of these other plates for salad, for dessert, those look amazing as well. Now, notice also there's something, the jewel tones are mixed in, but there's also absolutely a mixture of gold, of silver, of pewter, all the metals mixed together. This is not the day and age where your handbag and your shoes have to match and your jewelry doesn't have to match either. Same thing with your table. It makes it more interesting and gives a sparkle of kind of what I always set a kids table and an adult table. This to me is more of that kind of family get together, a little bit more casual. But again, I started with the charger, layered on fun ornaments, used the red as the base. Again, it's more like what you're gonna see over in Deer Valley, but again, it goes with the table, all the silvers, everything kind of builds on itself, and it's about starting at the base and moving up. Then a quick change. We go to Hanukkah because we can't forget about Hanukkah. But what I love about this is, so you can take this charger. I've added the glass in because I actually think the glass is a little more unexpected, and it has that icy tone that you often see during the holidays. You could easily switch some of this out and use the silver and glass and blue for New Year's, and it would be just as beautiful. That's true of most of this, but I feel like you, in layering this, can have all the different looks. Sorry, you guys, may I give that to you? That you need for the season.